Whenever he does the Valsalva maneuver, holding his breath, that is when we're going to see his skin turn blue. Genetic anomaly, his days are numbered.
It's harder for you to breathe. It's harder for you to do things a bit faster. Harder for you to think.
But I'm big, so that's what matters, you know?
I mean, how long before he can't wipe his own ass? Coach Greg, in today's video, genetic anomaly wants to die. I'm sorry, but he's willing to do anything to become the Mr. Olympia champion, of which he has no chance.
I just threw up in my f***ing cup.
Fucking disgusting.
But I need to show this, you know, because people don't see this shit off camera.
That's not even...
I'm gonna eat this, like...
And so, in case you're wondering, you don't have to actually eat your own vomit in order to become a Mr. Olympia champion. There is no actual benefit to this. It doesn't have extra protein. There aren't any peptides in your vomit. And so, you can throw up and eat something else.
So 118.2, that's 2 kilos away from my dream weight, which is 120.
And so he's almost there. He's almost achieved his dream physique, the one where when you close your eyes and you imagine it, he almost now has it. And so once he gets it, he can then shut it down. You know, go off to performance-enhancing drugs, get his health back, his life back together, stop all the madness that's going to lead to his early demise. Or is it?
So now we can actually do things, you know, we can work out. I have blueberries on my mouth.
like, you look like you're dying a bit because your lips are like purple.
Speaking of purple, wait till you see the color of his chest. His lips are purple from the blueberries, but his skin is purple from the lack of oxygen going throughout his body. Exhibit A, look at the color of his skin. If you play the video out, you can see it. It's getting red and then eventually purple. That is deoxygenated blood. And so what happens in a normal human body, deoxygenated blood, it arrives to the heart. It's deoxygenated because the cells, you know, your muscle cells, the various organs, various parts of the body, uses up that oxygen. And so that blood, it's deoxygenated and gets pumped to your lungs to then get refilled with oxygen. That's what happens when you're a normal, healthy human being. That blood is now saturated with oxygen and it travels throughout the human body. Now, if you present yourself with purple skin, especially when performing the Valsalva maneuver, when you hold your breath and you're pushing in the gym and training harder than last time, well, when you see purple skin, it's very likely that there's a problem. And so if you have an underlying congenital heart disease, it can present itself exactly as this. When you're using performance-enhancing drugs, you're getting bigger than last time, the heart is remodeling, and if you have a hole in your heart, oftentimes you could see this purple skin, of which he has in spades. I've warned him of this in previous videos, but does anyone ever listen to Coach Greg? No, they don't listen to Coach Greg. For example, the Trent twins, I'll warn them, you know, you can tear your pec, and what happens? You tear your pec. I warned Larry Wheels, you know, you get a prenup. How many years later will I be saying, I told you so in a video? 3 months go by, and I told you so. And so I don't want to have to be the one to make this video, but who else is making it? And so genetic anomaly is going to die. I'm sorry. And so how many years from now am I going to make a video saying, I told you so? Now, I clearly wouldn't make that video because when he in fact perishes from this problem, this congenital defect, it's going to be a very sad day, and I'm going to be wearing a suit and I'm going to make this video. It saddens me to have to announce this, but guys, please take this as a warning to not abuse performance-enhancing drugs. And I will make a very serious video talking about the end of genetic anomaly. It's going to be sad. Everyone's going to be crying. It's not going to be a good day. Now, you might think I'm joking, but I'm just forecasting the future, and I don't want to have to do this. If he took his girlfriend's advice and said, you know, I won't get any bigger, I don't want to be the Mr. Olympia champion, I prefer to live, and downsized a little bit, lowered the doses, I think he could live for several decades, but not like this. And so if you have a cyanotic heart lesion, a hole between the right and left side of the heart, this can present itself exactly like this, especially if using performance-enhancing drugs, of which he is in spades. A huge proportion of the population, it actually has this tiny hole, But it doesn't present itself because how many people are training harder than last time in the gym and using steroids? Not that many. And so we don't see it all that much. And so when we see his skin turn purple and blue, such as this, it can lead to Eisenmenger syndrome, of which all of you are very familiar with this. I'm certain of it. And so just a refresher, this is when the right side of the heart becomes chronically elevated in pressure in comparison to the left. You all know this. Because of this, he most likely needs medications. He's always going to be suffering from this, and it's going to continuously get worse. Of course, this is simply a working hypothesis. I can't guarantee that this is exactly what he has. I mean, I'm just Coach Greg. I'm not a doctor like Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike, he most certainly would know exactly what he has with his IQ being over 160. Just don't ask him to hop a nipper or to run a mile. Not to mention, continuously throughout this video, there's mention of him being short of breath.
Are you out of breath just from going to pee?
No. I'm out of breath from existing.
Alright.
I'm getting too big.
He goes to the bathroom, takes a shit, he's tired, he talks, he's tired, he goes to the gym, he's tired, he's always tired. He also has sleep apnea. He's struggling to breathe while he sleeps. And so he may in fact already have pulmonary arterial hypertension. That is not good. This can lead to an even more pronounced cyanosis if he does in fact have an intracardiac shunt, a hole in his heart. And so as previously mentioned, whenever he does the Valsalva maneuver, holding his breath, bracing his core, lifting weights in the gym, that is when we're going to see his skin turn blue, of which we're seeing in this video. Genetic anomaly, his days are numbered. He needs to be more careful than last time. Clearly, he needs to go and see a doctor, get some echocardiography. He needs to be investigated, as his risk factors are second to none. As most certainly, definitively, cardiac remodeling is occurring. Every single day, it is getting worse. It's not a maybe. It's not a, if my coach says that I can take this and I can take that, as long as my blood pressure isn't too bad, no, I'll extend the cycle. I'll keep pushing. 125 kilograms. That's my new goal. 120, it's not big enough. A lot of guys, they think that. It can never be big enough. Guys, once it's a certain size, women didn't want anymore. Now, you may be saying you're doing this for yourself. Whatever. Are you trying to shorten your life for yourself? Is that what you're saying? You don't like it here on this planet, alive, seeing your friends, spending time with your girlfriend. You don't enjoy it. And so you want to end it sooner because you need to be bigger. You need to be the Mr. Olympia champion. I mean, bro, when's the last time you even competed? You love bodybuilding so much, but you haven't competed in years. And so is it really all that important?
They do say I'm dying. So what if it's
No one's dying.
No one's dying today. We're just getting bigger.
I never said he's dying today. It's in a couple of years. He might even make it until his 30s. But do you really think he's going to make it to 50? With this? Absolutely not.
It's getting harder to move around. I can't even scratch my back anymore.
Actually, I'll help you out with that. It's harder for you to breathe. It's harder for you to do things a bit faster. Harder for you to think a little bit. And harder for you to be efficient in certain tasks. And I tell you, I'll do them. Yeah.
But I'm big. So that's what matters,
It kind of sounds like his girlfriend's an enabler. He can't scratch his back. He can't think. He can't do tasks. He can't do anything. He has brain fog. I mean, it almost seems like she's an enabler, but she's a girlfriend. She's in love with him. She wants him to be happy. She's going to do the things that she needs to do in order to make him happy. But those things are allowing it to get worse. I mean, how long before he can't wipe his own ass? When he says, babe, could you come here? I did a number 2. Is that big enough? If once you can't reach your own ass to take a shit, will you then say, it's big enough?
I'm only going to get bigger. The problems that I have now, they're only going to get worse. It's kind of what I signed up for, but it's okay.
And so imagine all the problems that he has right now, all that's going to happen is going to get worse. Normally, you're with a girl and you're like, I know I party a lot, I drink a lot, I go out too much, but I'm going to settle down eventually. I'm going to do less of that. It's going to get better. If you can bear with me right now, it's going to get better. Hey, I don't make a lot of money. I'm studying, but it's going to get better. You're thinking in the future, it will get better. And that's what kind of holds couples together, the glue. He's saying it's getting way worse. Imagine being with someone saying every week, month, year, it's going to get way worse. way worse. What you see right now, this is by far the best. You know, you're gonna have to do everything for me. This is horrendous. I'm gonna be closer to death. I'm gonna keep getting bigger. I'm not gonna be able to do anything. Pretty soon you'll have to take the garbage out because I'll be huffing and puffing and I can't take it away from my workout.
I think we're gonna go up to like 125 kilos.
That's not true. That's
Why
just
is it
not
not
true.
true?
No.
I'm almost 120.
You already can't breathe. You already can't move. You're like a mammoth, like a sloppy mammoth. No.
You think that's gonna stop me from going up to 125?
And so he's a sloppy mammoth. At least he's not sloppy seconds. And so he's saying, look, lady, you're not stopping me. I'm my own man. And you got to give him props for that at least. I mean, if you have to change yourself for a woman, it's not going to work. Even though, of course, I think he should lose weight. Of course, he should go off the steroids. He should lower the doses, all these things. If he just does it for her, he's not going to be happy. He'll then eventually resent her and he'll move on. He'll move on to someone else. And so it can't be her that forces him to stop. He has to want it intrinsically. So perhaps he can watch my video, and once he sees that he's going to die, maybe he'll think twice.
I'm still keeping up with what I said. You know, I'm not gonna take more caffeine. The only time I took it was when I was with Lee Priest in Germany.
I mean, heavens forbid you overdose on the caffeine. I mean, you know, of all the problems going on, it's not the caffeine. Guys, if Genetic Anomaly triple scoops the Blue Lobster, it's not what's going to take him out. The caffeine in comparison to the steroids, it's nothing. It would be like saying, you know, I can never drink a beer, and so you drink a quart of vodka. It's not the beer, it's the quart that did it.
This is like the 5th time you're shitting today.
Don't go in there. Don't go in there, sir.
I'm done.
Like, I'm eating a lot of food, so I have to shit.
And not gonna lie, I shit 5 times a day as well. I eat a lot of food, probably more calories than Genetic Anomaly. And so it's just part of the process. It's not unhealthy to shit 5 times a day, but it is unhealthy to inject 5 times a week.
I'm sweating, by the way.
Absolutely horrible. And you want to add 7 more kilos to this.
Yes.
To this actual
That's
literal
what I signed
weight.
up for.
And so shitting causes him to break out in sweats. He's gonna add 7 more kilograms to that weight. This is not good. And remember, he's lean at 118 kilograms. It's not like he's fat, it's mostly muscle. And so his metabolism is very, very high. And if he continues to put on more weight, it's only going to get worse.
I actually start like breathing heavy and shit, like it gets fucking crazy. Because my body struggles. So I need to start doing shit that opens up my delts. And like that.
Here's the thing. Stretching isn't going to help your breathing difficulties. That's from, well, I'm not going to explain it all again. That's from that congenital defect combined with using performance-enhancing drugs and the remodeling of your heart. It's from all those problems from abusing steroids. It's not from not stretching enough. Oh, I'm huffing and puffing, I can't breathe, it's a problem, I'm big. It's because I haven't stretched enough. That is not going to help your breathing. Probably better than just stretching to warm up would be if he actually warmed up by doing some cardio, increase his core body temperature, you know, did 10 minutes of stepper or walking or whatever, and then stretched a little bit if he needs to, but using lighter weights before going to heavier weights. And so if you're worried about getting injured, try to warm up first, get your body temperature up high enough so that you break into a light sweat and progress heavier on every set so that you don't get injured. Oh, and while you're at it, don't ego lift in the gym.
And the older I get, the worse everything's gonna get, you know.
Oh my god, the older I get, you're fucking 23.
I'm 23, but this is true. Like, I need to catch this early on, and so do you guys. You actually need to take like rehab shit seriously. Because joints don't last long.
Joints in particular when you're abusing steroids, because the joint can't handle that extra load, that extra strength. The muscles get bigger and stronger more quickly than the joints can handle, the ligaments, tendons, and so on. And so you do end up getting injured. Be careful.
Are you out of breath just from going to pee?
No. I'm out of breath from existing.
Alright.
I'm getting too big. That's okay.
Again, out of breath from just existing. He goes to take a piss and he's out of breath. And so as he does the Valsalva, he flexes hard. That isn't him tanning. That is not his normal color. That is something that happened while lifting. Wasn't like that previously, but while lifting weights, working out, flexing, bearing down, that is the color that came out. Deoxygenated blood. This is not good.
More reps, more sets. I like working out.
No way.
Working out.
I always challenge people on this. He says, I like working out. Obviously, he likes working out. But how much does he like it? Does he like it enough to lift weights and work out natural? That is the question. Would he continue to go to the gym without steroids? It's like when people say, I love festivals. I love bars. Take away the recreational substances and the alcohol, and would you still love it? And so do you like the drugs or do you like the event, the party? You have to be clear. Does Genetic Anomaly like lifting weights more than Coach Greg? I'm going to say that he absolutely does not. I was training natural till I was in my 30s. I liked it that much. I competed 42 times natural. I liked it that much. C-Bum, Sam Sulik, Genetic Anomaly, do they like lifting weights more than me? I would argue that if they did, they could do it natural. If somebody goes to the bar every single weekend, sober, they like it more than you. If you go there every time drunk, try going there sober and seeing how much fun that you have. And so that is the only analogy I can think of to hopefully get you to understand this, that if you truly love the sport enough, you can love it enough to do it while being natty. Of course he's having fun. He put on, 20 kilograms of muscle in the last year? Who wouldn't like that? It's fun. Every time I go to the gym, every week I set a PR. It's fun. Yeah. But is it fun when your gains are not coming? When you're struggling to progress? Rest mentioned. And so if you like training enough, you could quite literally do it without Turk Builder Max or Turk Platinum. Guys, you don't need this. This is just for people who are at a plateau. They don't enjoy the gym as much. They're trying to make the most of it. Perhaps they need some extra motivation. And they get this. You lift more weights, you train harder, you recover faster, you feel better, and you put on more muscle. And of course, you're going to enjoy the gym more. Now, it isn't a steroid. It's 100% natural. It's not going to cause cardiac remodeling or left ventricular hypertrophy. It's not going to give you cancer, any of the nonsense. It's a natural supplement that works. And like if you try it and you don't genuinely feel it working, it's a money back guarantee. And on top of that, a $50 gift card. Click the link in the description. Now, Genetic Anomaly. You need to go to a place like AlgoRx, get your blood work done, and also go and see a cardiologist and say, what's up with this? Show him or her the video and say, what do you think of this? I'm 23 and I want to live longer than last time. Tell them about all the gear that you're doing, show them the evidence, and come to a solution. What can we do? Your coach, he's trying his best. He's convinced you to stay at 120 kilograms instead of going up to 125 so quickly. This is great advice, but your coach is paid to make you win. He's not going to say, you know what, Genetic Anomaly, you should go on Turk Builder Max and go natural for the rest of your life. This is what I advise you to do. You won't be as big if you do that as if you take test, trend, and so on. And so he's not going to tell you to do that. This is not how life works. And so you need to find somebody who's in your corner, somebody who's fighting for you to live longer. Everyone else is fighting you to be a champion bodybuilder, which I get. If you paid me to coach you to win the Mr. Olympia, I would tell you to take this and tell you to take that. But if I'm just making a video and I'm not your coach, I'm thinking, I want this guy to live. And I want the people who are following him to live, and I don't want them to abuse performance-enhancing drugs. It feels like the most important thing right now, but when you get older, like myself at 50, you're going to regret it. Now, I only know this because I lived to be 50 and regret it. Does that make sense? If I was 40, I wouldn't have had the same video. I would have said, oh man, it was so fun. I'm getting jacked to have one more show. One more show in me, I can do it. It doesn't last. You're going to have that mentality change once you get old enough and you reflect on your life and you're going to think, you know, all that shit, it isn't worth it. So there's the video. Go to AlgoRx if you want to get the blood work or the peptides or the enclomiphene or get any of the things that you need, you know, even for your hair so you don't go bald. Remember, it's all FDA approved at AlgoRx. There's no sketchy research chemical site. It's not like some kind of a scheme. And it's all from compounding pharmacies. And so if you want to get the best of the best, AlgoRx code Greg. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algo for AlgoRx, watch one of the 2 bloops. If you want to get sponsored, coached, or carry my sups in your store or gym, click the link. And until next time,